Hello everyone, it is November 6th and I've been home for a little over a month and I'm going to start editing and posting videos again. I've got my cat keeping me company and yeah, kind of had one day off when I came back home on September 16th and was back into reality. So I know a number of people have been wanting me to post videos. I just honestly haven't had time up till now, but I will start again. So I'll get them up as soon as I can.
Having left Bucks Lake, Barry and Paul drove me and a couple other hikers we picked up along the way to Quincy, where we stopped in and had lunch. This is the Quincy Schoolhouse, and this is the Quincy Courthouse, which was quite a nice big building.
Well, all good things must come to an end, and decided I don't really want my beard much longer. So it's been almost 4 months, and I think it's time to lose it. Not bad for a pair of scissors. I decided to leave this on, just tidy it up a little and make it not so scruffy. Alright, here I am in Quincy with kind of a strange food resupply. I'm doing oatmeal and Belvitas for breakfast. I've got meat and cheese for lunch. There wasn't much for dinners, so I'm going to be doing ramen with tuna, and I have an extra rice. And then I've got bars for the day and my extra stuff. So hopefully this works. This restaurant's closing down, so we've been hanging out all afternoon with Dreddy, Taser, Tough, Rachel, and Raisin. So I got a late start out of Quincy. And then when I got to the trailhead, it was super warm, and there's a pile of people that were just waiting for it to cool cool down. I'm obviously still sick, the lingering COVID cough anyhow. So it's 8:45. The last campsite had tons of bugs, so I elected to keep going. So in about another mile, there's supposedly a spot. Hopefully nobody's there already, because I also haven't had dinner and it's starting to get dark. But this is kind of interesting. Be good practice for when I do the Belden climb, so I'll probably do that at night. So down in the valley somewhere is Belden, and then there's the huge Belden climb, which might include all of those switchbacks. Not entirely sure. This is the descent into Belden. I think it goes down about 4,000 feet into the valley down there. And the ground is really nice and soft, so it's very nice to be walking on. It's really nice that they have this pipe. It's not a big flow, but without it, I don't know how you'd get water here. So those are the switchbacks that start the Belden climb. So I'm night hiking the Belden climb with Dreddy Kruger, Tuff, and Taser. The Belden pub where I spent most of the day. We've gone about 5 miles, and the group that I was with, they decided to stop there. So anyhow, now it is 12:48, and I am starting the rest of the climb. So hopefully to get to the top, maybe, I don't know, a couple hours, so it'll be interesting. Before I left Dreddy and the girls, I told them I hope there's no creepy forest noises. And there's like big branches breaking, and then there was like something big ran down the hill behind me somewhere, and yeah, it went quite a ways. So it's just but yeah, it was kind of a little bit startled me when it happened. So it's like 2 o'clock or something like that, so gotta keep going. Oh, this is so creepy. I just saw an animal run up a tree, and honestly it looked like a big cat. And I've heard some breaking stuff. It's freaky. I've been shining the light looking for reflections of the eyes, but I just want to get out of this area. So according to this sign, I am leaving the Sierra Nevada and entering the Cascade Range. It's 4:57. I've been night hiking all night, and I'm at the summit. So it took me a little longer than I expected, but that's okay. Now I gotta find a place to sleep. It's 5:30. I'm at my campsite, so now I just gotta set up and try and get a few hours sleep, and then hopefully it doesn't get warm too fast. This is pretty exposed, but I'll sleep as much as I can. But I'm done. Made it to the top. Actually, and even partway over the top. So this is the burn area en route to Chester. Lots of ash, but it's not too bad. Ugh, when you're tired and sore at the end of the day, to have to walk downhill off trail 0.3 miles just to get water and then go back up again, it really sucks. Well, besides the dust kicking up while you're hiking, I just sit on the ground while I'm eating, which is why I get so filthy. Well, today was interesting. I hiked another 20 miles on 3 hours and 15 minutes sleep, because I got to camp this morning at 5:30 and slept until about 9:15 or whatever. And then I hiked until 10:30 tonight. So I'm just going to bed right now. But I'm only 11 miles to Chester, and I'm at the summit, so I don't have to worry about anything tomorrow. So just get a good sleep. I'm going to sleep in as long as possible, and hopefully body feels a little rested tomorrow. No creepy noises tonight in the woods, so that was good. But I am here on my own. There's nobody else camped here. So the closest people are a mile and a half at the next site, our previous site. It's 122 trail days, so just over 4 months. It's amazing the significance a little piece of concrete is. So it's 1,325 to Mexico or Canada. But wow, this is quite an achievement and quite an adventure getting here. It's been a lot of fun. So now just have to get back home in half the time. Trail magic just by the road to get to Chester.
Yeah, you guys too. Right over there, yeah.
That's Chipmunk who runs this trail magic spot. And Blush and Nina coming back from town. All clean and smelling nice. All right, Diego and I are sharing our 4-month anniversary today.
4-month anniversary.
So good luck and we'll see you up the trail again.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Now this is how you go to the beach.
This is Lake Almanor with Richard and Carrie's boat.
Frank, Richard, Carrie,
Yeah.
Spencer, Owen, Cody, and Brody.
What up?
Here in Chico.
You have a memory.
I have a memory like rock solid.
Like a steel trap.
Yep.
To an amazing family, thank you. You guys are awesome.
All right, it is July 24th, Sunday. I'm back on the trail after having spent a few days off in Chester with the Bilsons, Richard and Carrie, and Frank and Elaine. And it is, yeah, it's 10 to 8. I just had dinner, actually got myself a treat meal, a heavy one. It was a pre-packaged dal. So it was lots of sauce and tasted really good, heavy, but I just got myself one, so that's nice. And I've got about just over 6 miles, just under, to get to camp. So it's going to be dark when I get there, but tomorrow is the Lassen fire zone and you need a bear canister unless you hike through it in one day, which is 20 miles. So I want to get as close to the border as I can. So I'm going to head out now and get my 5.5 miles done and pack up. But yeah, it's nice to be back on trail. The sunset looks really nice, however, it is very smoky. This is all from the Yosemite fire blowing up here. So it's a little harder to hike in. So it seems I've been night hiking a little more frequently lately, like 3 times. Getting into camp late, either just because I got a later start or to avoid some of the daytime heat. But today I go through Lassen Forest, which you need a bear canister for if you want to stay overnight. So basically everybody hikes through it in one day, so that's what I'll be doing today. And then I'll be pretty close to Old Station. That'll be the end of the Dixie fire burn, so that'll be good. The Dixie fire is huge. It was 1 million acres burned. So it's pretty devastating. But anyhow, I've got maybe day and a half left of that. And then it's back into regular forest, so that'll be nice. This is Terminal Geyser in Lassen Forest. Very eggy smelling. The yellow is sulfur, which gives this the egg smell. The trees all look like a burnt marshmallow. And you can see on the ground here all the ash. So I will be glad to get out of the burn. There have been lots of these little crater holes everywhere. I think they are the remnants of trees that just completely burned through, but I'm not entirely sure. There's been a lot of trees like this one where the central core has been burned out, and yet it still stands. Wouldn't want to sleep under it though. There's another steam vent there I can hear bubbling. And this is Boiling Springs Lake. And there is a very warm sulfur air blowing. You gotta be careful. Apparently the ground can collapse and you can fall into hot sulfur water. It's like a gray mud floating on top. Even in the middle of a burn area, life finds a way. Wow, this was a big one. That stump is probably 6 to 8 feet in diameter. And Drake's Bat is in the distance. There's lots of trails here, and prior to the fire this all would have been green and day hikers going to any number of these places. Now as I walk through the forest, I see hardly anyone. Even though the entire exterior of the tree is black and charred, the bark is very good at protecting the inner wood. And you can see from this cut that it's essentially untouched. There's lots of logging going on, trying to reclaim some of the wood. But it's interesting when you look through here.